Welcome everybody to episode 79 of UnHacked. We are, I don't know if we're midstream, but we're well into our mini series on cybersecurity basics. I don't think that's what I've called it before, but it's something like that. Like we're just talking about, because we always say breaches are preventable if you just do the basics. Well, what are the basics? Here we go. Listen to the 12 episode mini series. It's only, 12 hours out of your life. You'll get through it. God, that was a terrible introduction, wasn't it? Right as I said, we're going to try to keep the introductions short. So let's roll. I'm Justin Shelley, CEO of Phoenix IT Advisors. My company, we help businesses make more money, build their wealth, and then protect that money from the Russian hackers, the evil government, fines and penalties, and the class action lawsuits from them greedy attorneys that come sniffing around after something goes wrong. That's what we do. Mario, tell everybody who you are, what you do, and who you do it for.
Yeah, Mario Zaki, CEO of Mastech IT, located in New Jersey, rainy New Jersey today. We are a managed service provider helping small to medium-sized businesses stay safe and specialize in giving the ability for the CEO to sleep better at night, knowing that their company will be there the next day from those Russians and other hackers.
See fine print. Brian, you're up next. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
I'll keep it super simple. My name is Bryan Lachapelle, based out of beautiful Ontario, Niagara, Ontario, Canada. We help business owners remove the headaches and frustrations that come with dealing with technology.
And I'm here to attest that those are many. There's a lot of headaches.
Many.
I mean, I know what the hell I'm doing, and I still get headaches and frustration. So whatever. All right, guys, today we are going to talk about something that I know excites both of you, especially you, Brian, data backup. And as I introduced the title, you had a rather negative reaction. Brian, tell me how you really feel about data backup.
Well, I think my reaction was like, this again? Like, oh my gosh, I'm just, I guess I'm just like exhausted talking about backups because it to me, it's almost like it's a no-brainer. It's obvious, like, hey, you have to back things up, and it's like we're a broken record player, and it's exhausting having to repeat the same thing over and over again. But it seems like it's just such an important piece of the cybersecurity stack. It is literally the last line of defense, right? If you have lost everything else and you've gotten a breach and you've lost it all, the only recourse you have is to go to your backups. And it's still shocking to me how many people still have archaic backups or no backups at all. So
hey, I feel like you just summarized the entire podcast UnHacked. Right, also, my life, your life, Mario's life, it's exhausting telling people these are the stupid things you've got to do all the time. And then you go out and you bring in a new prospect and you start poking around and you start asking them what kind of data backup they have. And what do they say, Mario?
We don't have one.
No,
we don't know.
Got that covered.
No. Go back to what you told us before I started recording.
Me?
Oh,
sorry.
Guys, I lob you softballs and you miss them every time. Jesus Christ.
They say that, we have tape backups that we're rotating every day.
My reaction was like, are we in 2026 and people are still using tape backups? Like,
I didn't know you could even buy. Can you even buy tape media anymore?
No, but they're probably using the same ones that they got in like 2006.
Now,
and probably have last time they tested it was in 2006.
So I was going to ask, did you test? Like, do you know that there's actually data on these backups?
I don't know. This is a prospect. It wasn't a customer.
You haven't seen them yet. Okay.
He was saying it was there. They have like one server backing up to another server, and then they have files thinking, literally he's got he's using Robocopy to transfer from one server to the other, and then he backs up the whole thing with tape backups. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, this is a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah. Let me guess, those tape backups are stored in a fireproof vault on site.
I didn't even ask them.
Oh, don't worry. The manager is also rotating them out every week and taking a copy home. Therefore, air gapped and offsite and cloud based.
Yeah, it's secure in the owner's basement every week, and whenever he remembers, he brings the other copy in, and one day they'll test it.
I mean, listen, guys, this is, and Bryan, you're right, because we've talked about this so many times, but I am going to say it again. Yeah. This used to be normal. And that's why it's so important that we talk about it now, because we are not living in the same world we were when backups were simple. We're talking about this today. We have a full episode on it because backups are not simple.
They're not.
I'm going to give you 3 examples. All right. 3 little war stories. And then if you guys got some more, Mario, you're off the hook because you just gave that one. But, if you got any frontline stories down in the trenches, I want to hear them. But here's mine. This was, probably 20 years ago. All right. So we're going way back. A local library called from a community college. They call up and they say, hey, our server's dead. And turns out they rebooted it for some reason, and it didn't come back online. So I bring it in the shop. We start working on it. Sure as shit. Like, it's not coming back. The hard drives are cooked. We're done. And I'm like, I see this nice little tape backup device on your server. Please tell me you have some tapes. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. So they bring me this cardboard box, I shit you not, filled with tapes. I start, going through them one at a time. There is not a damn thing. Them. There is not a damn thing on these tapes. They've never run. So, okay. Point number 1, make sure your backups are actually running. All right. Number 2, I had a client, and I'll admit this was a client and this was a process that was broken on my end. I don't have a problem admitting this because I learn every day, because every time somebody surprises me, and they come back and they're like, hey, I need you to restore our QuickBooks file. I'm like, all right. We go into our backups and like, there's no QuickBooks file. I'm like, well, where's your QuickBooks stored at? Oh, it's on my OneDrive or something. I don't know. They had moved it. They were putting it somewhere else, and it wasn't being backed up by our system. So what I learned is this was a long time ago, by the way, but we have to go in and constantly have these conversations with our clients about what kind of data do you have and where are you storing it so that we can properly back it up. All right. Because if we don't know about it, you made a change, we're all cooked. Number 3, and I talk about this one all the time, ransomware, right? We had a client that got ransomware. We had backups that were rock solid. And unfortunately, it was backing up infected files. So when we would try to do a restore, it's just restoring the bad guys. The Russians, this is why I always talk about the Russians, because it was Russian hackers who had planted stuff in probably at least months back, and maybe even as much as a year back. They had gone undetected, living on that network for a very long time, and had very deep roots. So we had to rebuild from scratch. So point of that is backups are not a not one size fits all, but like end all be all. You have to have more lines of defense than just a good backup. So with that, guys, let's dive in and let's start talking about how do we untangle this mess that used to be very simple. Tape backups were fine. Now what? What do we do? I'm punting to you guys.
I'll go ahead, Mario.
I would say if you're not going to consult with a professional that does this day in and day out, and usually have dedicated people doing it, at the very minimum, you have to pick a good solution and test it, over and over again. Maybe at like in the beginning, do a weekly test, and maybe you can go to a monthly test and stuff like that. I wouldn't wait too long. I wouldn't wait longer than what you can afford to lose. If you can afford to lose stuff, over a week, then test it weekly.
Yeah, Bryan, thoughts?
I will add in that the backup landscape has changed a lot in the last 10 years. We're no longer just talking about backing up, your desktop or your server. We've got dozens, if not more, cloud applications, and the data is dispersed throughout all these different cloud applications, and Office 365, Gmail, QuickBooks Online. There's lots of places where the data could potentially live now. It's no longer just